I was 13 when my father woke me up by pouring a bucket of ice water over my head. "Pack a bag," he said. "You're leaving, right now." I thought it was a joke. It wasn't. 20 minutes later, I was standing in a bus station parking lot in pajamas. He shoved a torn grocery bag into my hands. Inside, one pair of jeans, 2 shirts, no shoes. "You've been nothing but a mistake," he said. "Don't bother calling." Then he drove away. The sun came up. The buses came and went. Nobody came for me. That night, I curled up on the hard bench and promised myself I would never forget this. 14 years later, my phone lit up with his name. Dozens of missed calls. Voicemails shaking with panic. "Please, I need you. They're taking the house. I'm begging you." "You're lying, Dad." Watch your mouth. You forged my name. That's my signature on the loan, and you damn well know I never signed it. The room was too small for all the heat in it. My father's face was red, not from shame, but from the thrill of control. My sister sat stiff on the couch, pretending to be a referee, but picking sides with her silence. The papers were spread across the table between us. $74,000 in debt in my name. My name's Evan Whitaker. I'm 27. I'm not loud. I'm not dramatic. I've learned that talking in my family only works if you're the one with the power, and I've never had it. Most days, I keep my head down. But tonight, my voice shook the walls. Richard Whitaker, 64, my father, retired police officer, thinks sacrifice means everyone owes him for existing. Carol Whitaker, 61, my mother, professional at avoiding hard truths. Amber Whitaker, 33, my sister, corporate, married, never missed a chance to say my failures proved her right. All of them have taken from me. Sometimes money, always peace. You think I wanted to do this? Dad's fist hit the table so hard, my coffee mug rattled. The bank wouldn't give me the loan, so I made it happen. For the family. The word family tasted like rust in my mouth. For you, Dad, this house was never mine. This loan is never going to be yours. But the debt sure is mine now. Amber leaned back like she was watching bad reality TV. God, Evan, it's just numbers. You act like you've never owed anyone before. I turned to her, voice low. Numbers. It's $74,000. That's not numbers. That's 10 years of my life if I work like a dog. You wouldn't know though, would you? You married into your safety net. Her smile vanished. Dad's eyes flickered. For a second, he looked like he might say something human. But then the wall came back up. The one that always made him bulletproof in his own mind. It's fraud, I said, my voice sharper than I intended. Dad leaned back in his chair, the way a cop leans back when he's already decided you're guilty. It's survival. You'll understand when you're older. I almost laughed, the kind of laugh you choke on. Older? I was paying rent at 18 while you were draining my college account to cover your gambling nights. I've been older than you since I was a kid. Amber's foot tapped nervously, like she wanted to interrupt, but didn't know whose side would keep her safe. Mom was staring at a corner of the carpet, as if her gaze alone could stitch the family back together. She hadn't said a word. The silence that followed wasn't peaceful. It was the kind that rots. The fight was already choking me, but my mind yanked me backward, to 13 years old, to that morning. I woke to freezing water dumping over my face. My lungs seized. Pack a bag, Dad said, his voice flat. Not angry, not kind, just done. I stuffed 2 shirts and jeans into a torn grocery bag, heart hammering, feet bare on the tile. 20 minutes later, we were in the bus station parking lot. The asphalt burned from the morning sun, but I didn't move. My toes curled against it, trying to hold on to something. You've been nothing but a mistake, he said before driving off. The bus station smelled like exhaust and fried food. I watched cars pull in and out until it was dark, hoping he'd come back. He didn't. That night, sitting under the flickering streetlight, I decided I'd never need him again. I kept that promise for 14 years, until the day a debt in my name brought me right back into his hands. I reached into my backpack. My fingers brushed against the manila envelope, warm from being pressed against me all day. I slid it across the table. "You want to talk about survival?" I said. "Here's survival." Dad glanced at it like it was nothing, until he opened it. Inside, bank statements, property records, sale deeds, and one ugly truth. He'd been selling my late grandfather's land, bit by bit, pocketing every dollar. To everyone else, he said it had been lost in taxes. Amber's breath caught. Her knuckles whitened around her phone. Mom's head jerked up for the first time all night. That's a crime," Amber whispered. Dad's lips moved, but no sound came. For once, he wasn't in control. "Where'd you get this?" His voice cracked, not from fear, but from the humiliation of being cornered. "County clerk's office. Public records. All I had to do was care enough to look. Something none of you bothered to do." Amber pushed her chair back so fast, it scraped the tile. "I'm done. I'm not going down with you." Her voice trembled, but her heels clicked sharp against the floor as she left. Mom's eyes filled with tears, the way they always did when reality got too heavy. Richard. She said his name like a prayer, like repetition could rewrite the truth. He stared at me like I was the enemy. But I wasn't the enemy. I was just the one holding up the mirror. I stood. The loan papers stayed on the table. "Here's the deal. You clear the debt from my name, or every file in that envelope goes to the district attorney. You've got a week." Mom grabbed my arm as I passed. Her nails dug in. A desperate, silent plea. "Evan, he's still your father." I met her eyes. They were the same pale green as mine, but hers looked like they'd spent a lifetime looking down. Not anymore. The night air outside was cold. It hit my lungs like truth. My footsteps echoed against the pavement, each one lighter than the last. 3 weeks later, a letter from the bank confirmed it. The debt was gone. No apology. No thank you. Just gone. Amber sent me a text. "I think I understand now. I'm sorry." I stared at it for a while before setting the phone face down. Sorry didn't rewrite history. But for the first time since I was 13, I wasn't carrying his shadow on my back. I signed the lease for my own apartment, paid for the entire year in advance. No co-signers, no favors. The walls were bare, the air smelled faintly of fresh paint, and the silence was mine. Some wounds don't close, but you learn to live around them. And maybe one day you forgive, not because they deserve it, but because you do. If you've ever been used, betrayed, or abandoned by the people who were supposed to protect you, you know this story hits hard. So tell me, if you were in my shoes, would you have exposed them? Or walked away quietly? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all. And if you've got your own story, share it. Someone out there needs to hear it. Make sure you subscribe for more real stories like this, because the truth deserves to be told.